Hey guys, it's me again, Joel, your Bisaya reader. Welcome to another video. And for today, I'm going to do my August and September reading wrap-ups. So for the past August and September, in the year 2020, I have read a total of 6 books. For the month of August, I've read 2, and for the month of September, I've read 4. The main reason why I've only read 6 books for the past 2 months is because I was really busy in the office. Let's just dive right into it. As usual, I'm just going to present to you the books on chronological order of when I finished reading them. So we'll start with the first book I've read for the month of August, and that will be, let me see here, what was that again? I think I forgot. Oh, Graceling. Graceling by Christine Kashur. It's one of the books I've read for the Visaya's Book Club Readathon, which is read as many young adult books as you can in the span of 3 months. I did not love it. Basically, the main reason why I did not love it because I definitely feel that that book is not really for me. If only I've read a book for 10 years ago, probably I'll enjoy it more. The main character, Katsa, is a Graceling. So basically in the story, Gracelings are just like mutants and X-Men, in which they have these special powers. So they can be a curse in the area or the empire where they live, or they can be an asset. In this case, Katsa is an asset to her kingdom because, again, her uncle is the king of the empire, and her uncle is using her for the empire's advantage. She met another Graceling for another empire during this gathering, and they set into this adventure to save this another Graceling's niece named Bitterblue. It's a first book in a trilogy, and I've heard that there will be a fourth book, and it was published early 2000. It's a young adult fantasy, and I've read it in a physical copy paperback, and I don't have the physical copy now because I unhold it together with the second book, Fire. I haven't read the Fire, but I just really made the decision after reading Graceling, the first book, that I will not continue in the series. So yeah, I unhold those books. Now down to the second and the last book I've read for the month of August. That will be an adult fantasy, and this is going to be the debut novel of Brandon Sanderson, Elantris. I have been wanting to read this book for a very long time, and knowing that Brandon Sanderson is I'm a big fan of Brandon Sanderson, and knowing that this is his debut novel, and look at this gorgeous paperback UK edition copy of mine, and to be honest, I was disappointed. This book put me into slump after reading or halfway not enjoying Graceling. I picked this because I need to save myself. I deserve an epic story, an epic read. But unfortunately, I was disappointed, which is kind of shocking, knowing it's from Brandon Sanderson. First of all, Serene is just really overpowered. I mean, she's really too good as a character. She lacks these flaws that I've been looking for main characters from the book that I've read. She was just too good to be true, but I adore her personality. But yeah, I wasn't able to connect to her. That's why I just really had a hard time appreciating the book if I cannot really connect to the main character, and that's what happened here. And also, the set of characters was not that strong for me, and the story itself was just an average story, knowing that I've been expecting a lot from this book since it's from Brandon Sanderson. So yeah. And with regards to the magic system, it was kind of unique, kind of cool, but I wish it could have been utilized more or explored more. And the pacing was okay. It's very political. The Brandon Sanderson ambience, Brandon Sanderson's atmosphere, which is dark and gray or damp or wet, is still here. It's still cinematic, but it just lacks the magic, like a big impact, which I've been looking for from this book. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. So those are the 2 books I've read for the month of August. Now we're going to the month of September. I've read 4 books again, and the first book I've read in September, I should have read this on the month of August during the Filipino or the Buwan ng Wika, to celebrate Filipino authors, to be grateful to them, to appreciate their work. Unfortunately, I was really in the reading slump, and also I was really busy. Um, and yeah, I just finished reading the Tabla Novel in the first week of September, and this is the first book I've read in September. This is a young adult science fiction fantasy, and it's really short. This is the second book of Katrina Olan. I got this for free from the author itself in exchange for an honest book review. I'm not going to talk much about this book since I made a video for my book review for this. So in case you're interested, hopefully you are, I'm going to put the link of that book review video on the description below, so that you can check it. And for this video, I'm just going to announce the winner. As promised, I'm going to announce the winner of this giveaway. In case if you've been following me in my my channel, I announced that together with Kat Olan, we're going to give I hosted the giveaway. She actually sent me 2 copies. This one is mine because it has my name on it. Both copies are signed, and there's one more copy there signed, and yeah. So we decided that the winner of the giveaway is someone who is really a big fan of mythology, also, not to be specific, Philippine mythology. Again, if you haven't heard about this one, this is a science fiction, the young adult fantasy that that has the inspiration of Pacific Rim meets Philippine folklore, Philippine mythology. So the winner that we chose is a big fan of mythology. He is a big fan of Rick Riordan, and he really submitted a lot of entries for the past 2 videos, and it really convinced us why he deserved to win a signed copy of Tabla by Catalan for free. And that person is Richard Kafifge. Thank you so much for joining, and congratulations. And for all those who joined or participated in the giveaway, thank you so much, guys, and congratulations still. Thank you so much for participating. And again, Richard, just send me a message or leave a comment below, or send me a private message on one of my social media account. The links are on the description below. Let's talk about how to claim your prize. So yeah, that's it. That's the first book I've read for the month of September. Now let's go to the second book I've read for the month of September. So I've been reading Graceling 2-star, Elantris 3-star. I gave the Bly 3-star, 3.5 star-ish. So I've been really wanting to pull myself out of the reading slump, and I deserve a good read. So I picked an adult fantasy, Bloody Rose. This is a sequel of The Kings of the Wild, which I read earlier this year, and probably one of the best books I've read so far this year. I did enjoy it, so I was really excited to read this as a sequel. And boy, again, I need saving. I need saving from all those books I was not really able to really enjoy. This one, I have really high hopes. Unfortunately, I was also disappointed from this one. I ended giving this one around 2.5-ish, or around 3 stars only. Yeah. Where will I start? First of all, the main reason why I didn't really love this book is because I have a lot of expectations, and most of those expectations were not met. My very first expectation, and probably the plays really a big role why I did not really love this book, is I was expecting that the characters that I love from the first book will also be here, or will also play a great role on how the story runs, or how will affect on how the book will end. Unfortunately, they were here just for 2 seconds or 3 seconds screen time, and that's it. In this book sequel, it's like a different story. It's totally not connected to the first. It's connected in some part, but it can actually read this without reading the first book. This one happened years after what happened in the ending of first book. Same world, and the main set of characters here are being led by one of the daughter of the main characters in the first book, which is Gabe, and this is Rose. Rose played a great role in the first book, but Rose is the main character here. She's the leader of the band. And I was disappointed because, again, characters. Second, Rose. Don't really care for Rose. She's not that likable, but at the same time, even though a character is not likable, you can still root for her. In this case, in this book, you don't like the character, you don't care for her, you don't root for her. You just ended up not liking the book because the main character just, you're not just really buying what the main character is doing. And also the other set of characters are not as interesting as what I expected. Third, the story seems to be following the same structure of the story in the first book. Like, there's this incoming horde, and then the horde is going to destroy the world, and they have to defend the world against this horde, and those kinds of tropes. The same formula in the first book without the rescue mission, and it was boring. It was boring. Now, the third book that I've read for the month of September is the real book that saved my reading months. I have read the second book of Darius is Great is Not Okay, and this is Darius Deserves Much Better. And I gave it 5 stars. I read that while listening to the audiobook. I flew through it. I finished it, listening to it in just 2 days. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. The main character, Darius, is still the best character I've encountered in my entire life. And he was even better compared to the Darius that I've met in the first book. The story was so relatable, was on point, very realistic. The writing style was not complicated, easy to follow. It was just perfect. It was perfect. It was emotional. It talks about racism. It talks about mental health. It talks about a relationship of a child towards his parents, a relationship of a child towards his younger siblings, towards his grandparents and other member of the family, and also coming of age story of a main character that is being affected with these relationships towards his best friend who is from the other side of the world, and also he is having this time of his life where he's going to meet or experience his first relationship, and he's just started to really fully identify who he is as an individual, his sexuality. He's trying to, explore sex, but he don't know what to do, nothing to talk about sex because his relationship with his parents are not that solid, and he's having these mental problems. There's really a lot of things that are happening that needs to be heard. And it was presented by the author, written by the author in a book where it just fits all together perfectly. So if you haven't read Darius the Great Is Not Okay, read it so that you can read Darius Deserves Much Better, because I think Darius the Great Deserves Much Better is way better than Darius the Great. So if I gave Darius the Great Is Not Okay, the first book, 5 star, I'll give the second book, of course, 5 times 5, 25 stars, or even 1,000 stars. And we're down to the last book that I've read for the month of September, and the last book in this video, and that will be a novella, and this is actually the Hugo Award winner, best novella for 2020, and this is a book written by the Hugo Queen herself, N.K. Jemisin. This is an Amazon book original, and this is Emergency Skin. I did not know that this is the winner of the Hugo Award Best Novella this year, up until I finished reading the book. This is a science fiction novella in which we are following our main character as he's set to go back to the Earth and to procure a specimen that is coming from humans. So basically, it is set in future where Earth was abandoned by these so-called robots. Thousands of years in the future, these robots who found new home in the somewhere in the galaxy decided to go back to Earth because they're having problems there. They need like a skin of humans to save their race. So they sent this main character to just get the sample. So we're following this main character the entire novella. We haven't heard his name. We haven't heard him talk. The novella was written like these main characters has a radio communication from his boss out there in the somewhere in the galaxy. I don't know. It was not presented. And this person who's giving the main character commands are all the voices that we can hear in the novella. Like, you're about to land. Are you ready? And then it should be the main character who's going to reply, but the main character's line is not there. So, all right, thank you so much. If you're ready, then we're going to 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. You're here already. So that's how the story was written. It was really interesting because you can get to imagine what the main character replied to this character based on the response of this character in the next line. So it was really interesting, very intriguing at first, and the world building was, again, N.K. Jemisin, no question, she's really, really good when it comes to world building. And also, that's it. That's all I can say about the book without spoiling you, because again, it's a novella. I'm just really, really afraid spoiling you guys. So it's basically a way of the author to tackle or to, deliver a message how racism from the word emergency skin, like these robots in the future who's going to Earth are just really, really white, fair skin individuals, and then the people that remain on Earth are brown or black, and they deem it as dirty, as not acceptable, as unlawful to have that kind of color of the skin. So it's titled Emergency Skin because they are having an emergency there up there, and they need samples. So it's racism presented in science fiction, and it was phenomenal. I give it 5 stars, and this definitely deserves the Hugo Award for Best Novella this year. So if you haven't read that, it's just around 50 pages long. You can read it. I actually read it during my lunch break in the office, like less than an hour. So I just read it on Kindle. I got it from a Kindle credit. I have this credit in my Kindle account on Amazon. So it was probably around 99 cents for 5 novellas, because its Emergency Skin is a forward collection, Amazon original stories. Forward collection is composed of 6 or 5 novellas, and it was collected, and the project was collected by Blake Crouch, the author of Recursion and Dark Matter, and he reached out to Veronica Roth and Kate Jemisin. Who else? Who's the author? Andy Weir, yeah, the author of The Martian, to write novellas, and then they call it the Forward Collection. Then they publish it in exclusive to Kindle and Amazon. And I'm planning to read the other the novellas in the collection. So yep, that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and if you've read any of those books that I've mentioned, please leave some comments below on what you think about them. And I hope everything's fine there. Keep safe, take care, and my name again is Joel, your Bisaya reader. Bye bye.